everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thank you so much for joining me here. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Quick update here for AVAX. Definitely a sad story here for a lot of folks. I mean, really, the market is just complete garbage right now, so no other way to put it. Bitcoin swept that liquidity level at about 67,500, and at this point here with AVAX, it did pull back pretty aggressively, but again, we have that support zone I mentioned previously between 40 and 43 based on volume. So again, we zoom out, we'll see that. We'll talk about that here in a minute. Let's go ahead and pull up some AVAX backend data, see what's going on. And if you're new to the channel, welcome aboard. CryptoCash.tech is a site where you can register if you want to become a better trader. We took some healthy profits here. What is it? ICP 55%, AVAX 72%, Rune 80%. These are all shorts we've had in play for roughly the last week or two. Okay, so again, that wasn't overnight profits, but if you do want overnight profits, our day trading community is killing it. Chainlink, XRP, Litecoin, Solana, ETH, and a few other link trades. So again, congrats to everybody for that. That's really awesome. Again, you can make profits in either direction, folks. Do not put all your eggs in one basket. That's all there is to it. Okay, so if you're stressed about this AVAX trade that we took, we did take a long that almost hit our stop loss, came really close. Then if you put everything into it, you'd be in a bad shape. But you shouldn't be stressed about it, shouldn't be worried about it, because we took profit. Again, last night too here, for example, we took some nice profits here from Dogecoin, BlueZell, and Caspa. So again, it all equals out at the end, folks. So either way we look at it here, we're here to double check a couple things. This is the liquidation levels the last 7 days. We can see every possible liquidation scenario as low as 41.50 has been swept. Okay, so there's literally no resistance any longer, and the whales got what they wanted. They got all sorts of chances to get in at a lower average. Now they're cranking the price up. So we're going to see some relief rallies here in the near future. It's going to be hard to say if it's going to break the descending trend or how that works. It's going to take some time. So I would recommend just kind of pumping the brakes and making sure that you don't overtrade in this scenario. It's really easy to do. And to me personally, when this stuff happens, I just kind of hang out on the sidelines, watch, grab some popcorn, and just kind of watch the show. Okay. So again, it feels very similar to this here, where we got a strong wick down, and the price action is able to recover. We're going to see here soon where we're at. But again, we talked previously about $48 to $50 being that support level. Now it's resistance, right? So we can just kind of draw that out a little bit further. We'll update our fib levels here soon, but for right now, we can presume, based on this being the most recent low at 43.75, that might be the new resistance. Okay, so it's always best to assume resistance until it's proven otherwise. So let's take a look here. We are holding strong currently above the 100-day SMA. Keep in mind the price action's all over the place right now, so that's still yet to be seen. But if we look and zoom out here a little bit, let's talk about these areas of support. So just kind of give you perspective here. If you look at the big picture, obviously let's exclude that little lower part there, because that would kind of throw things off. To get a best average here, we can see the heaviest concentration of support, $36 based on volume. Secondary to that, $39, and tertiary to that, roughly that $43 mark that we discussed yesterday. Okay, so those are support levels. Today's candlestick hasn't closed yet, so we cannot presume it's going to continue lower, but we want to presume as well that this support range is going to hold until it doesn't. Once more, candle wicks don't mean as much as candle bodies, so we want to see where the candle body or the candlestick itself closes here today. We can see just diminishing volume, so until we get more volume, we're going to see the price action probably continue to taper off. We're under 50 on the RSI, stochastic RSI is still swinging down, and money flow index is fairly low. So I wouldn't expect a pivot or a bounce here. The only reason why we saw that recovery is just because there's a tremendous amount of volume support here, and folks feel like this is a good value. Okay? But if we look at the RSIs on the 4-hour time frame, everything's super low. More likely to get a bounce here soon. So once more, when you get below 30 and you get to that 20 range on the RSI on the 4-hour, it's common for the price action to recover from here. So I'm not saying that it's all perfect and just going to be fine. You take a long from here. But if you caught that dip or you're in a long right now, there's a decent chance you might get a small amount of profit off of that. Or the price could continue to recover, and you could close your long, if you have one, for example, at a smaller loss. Okay. So again, statistical probability of happening, but is this a bullish sign? Not at all. I don't want you to misinterpret that. Stochastic swinging down, everything's going to be looking pretty bearish in every single chart right now, because most altcoins are down 5 to 15%. Okay? So it's a pretty bad day here. Bitcoin's like on a 5% correction. So in this case, we saw AVAX roughly 2x Bitcoin to the downside. We're going to see some confirming factors here on the hourly as well, just letting us know that there's no reason to take a long position. Every single scenario here is letting us know that a short is in play if you have one. And as I mentioned yesterday, we were looking extremely bearish, retesting this lower support level at about $45.80, roughly $46, and that level did not hold. Of course, again, the fundamental catalyst there was Bitcoin pushing the price action down for AVAX. So if you want to blame anybody, blame Bitcoin here. It's because it's just doing its normal thing, but it is holding that 68K mark fairly well. So it's an interesting thing the way that the market's moving right now. All the more reason to kind of just avoid it with a 10-foot pole. You're better off trading less right now and just kind of waiting for the dust to settle. Truth is, it's not a clean market by any stretch. And at this point right now, you're statistically more probable to find success going down than up. It's just hard to want to short the bottom because it does feel like we're tentatively at the bottom. So we want to wait for the day's candlestick closure to close and make sure we know where we're at first before we take any action. So again, folks, patience is paramount. Patience is key. Try not to just FOMO in because you see the price action come down. I do think we are going to see the price recover, but we very well could see some resistance between 43.80 and 44.20, these previous support levels. Okay. All right, folks, that's kind of where we're at there. It's not great, of course, but this is par for the course, folks. And keep in mind, Bitcoin, even though Bitcoin's pulling back, the sky isn't falling. It's a very normal correction, and Bitcoin should recover from this, which implies altcoins will as well. You just got to keep in mind, a lot of altcoins did lose some key level supports today and a few days ago, so we're seeing a lot of bearish back tests, and I think it's too early to just go long with altcoins. Okay, just some friendly advice. Either way, that's kind of where we're at there. Hopefully that makes sense. Once more, just clarify, Bitcoin dominance on the rise. This is also not great for alts. Okay. So anyways, hope that made sense. Comment below, like, subscribe, follow if you haven't already. Greatly appreciate that. Make sure you trade Bitunix, phenomenal exchange here. This is the exchange we use as a whole, and it's done very well for us here. So again, thank you Bitunix for an awesome opportunity. No KYC or VPN required for these guys. Hope you all have a great rest of your day. Thanks so much for your time. We'll see you soon.